Hey everybody. Well, it's been one of those nasty, miserable, rainy days today, which has ended quite gloriously with sunshine, which I'm happy for, because I don't like riding in my rain gear. It really sucks. So, we're on Munn Road today, M-U-N-N, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to give you my opinion on the new Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man. Went and saw it last night with the family, 3 boys and my wife. My boys are aged 18, 16, and 12, and myself, and my wife. Everybody loved it. I loved it. It was a good time. Stars, I want to say Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, and Emma Stone is Gwen Stacy, Martin Sheen is Uncle Ben, and Sally Field is who is Sally Field? Oh, Aunt May. And who else is in there? Dennis Leary plays Gwen Stacy's father as the police chief. And a couple other guys scattered here and there. The villain, I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's like Rylan or something to that effect is his first name. Not important. Anyways, this is not a review because I don't have a good enough memory to go into detail about the movie, other than, when the first Spider-Man came out with Tobey Maguire. Of course, we were pretty, hello Harley Davidson, freaking taking the road. We were pretty pumped up, pretty excited, and it didn't disappoint. It was a fun movie, really enjoyed it. Definitely the best thing Spider-Man had ever seen, in my lifetime. But if you remember, there was a TV series back in the 80s that came out, Spider-Man, and I was like so pumped. I was like Spider-Man junkie, and I heard they were doing a live action Spider-Man on TV, and so I waited weeks and weeks and weeks. This is back in the day, of course, when there was very limited channels, and definitely, I don't even think we had VCRs back then, or we didn't have one, because they probably cost like $600 a shot. And this show came out, it was so disappointing. It was so, like, the first minute and a half, I was just, oh my gosh, this sucks. Anyways, enough of that. Last night's movie, a lot of fun, really good. The CG is leaps and bounds ahead of what Sam Raimi had to work with. Totally different feel to the movie too. It's not as little kid comic bookish. It's more. I'd have to say it's kind of like the Dark Knight Rising is towards what like George Clooney's Batman was. A little bit more campy on the George Clooney side, and of course the present Dark Knight series is much more realistic and a little bit darker. This one wasn't, I shouldn't say dark, it was just a little bit more mature. Andrew Garfield does a great job as Peter Parker. There's a lot of character development in the movie, and I really like him. I was a little worried when I saw they were rebooting Spider-Man series. Oh my god! I mean, I like Tobey Maguire. He did a good job, and no faulting him there. But in this new style of Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield really nails it. He's the lanky, skinny kind of Spider-Man, and Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone, great job on her. Really, I'm glad they didn't try to remake or redo the Gwen Stacy character from how she was in the comic books. She was true to the comic books. The hairband and the high boots and the short skirts, and white blonde hair. So that worked out really well. Obviously, there's a 400-pound lizard in the movie, and you know, you've got to accept the fact that you're watching a comic book movie and not get too stressed out about it. But it was still done well. The CG was still done well. Good effects. And you'll notice that Spider-Man moves way better in this one. And it's pretty seamless. Like, am I watching CG here, or is this a guy actually doing the stunt, or what? It's pretty seamless. So I think you'll, if you're into that sort of thing. I mean, my wife is definitely not a comic book follower at all, but she really enjoyed the movie. Got choked up a couple times, and I won't tell you about that, but of course I did not, you know, never. But it was really well done. Sally Field, you know, when I saw her as Aunt May and Martin Sheen I had a little bit easier time believing, you know, that he could pull it off. But Sally Field, I was like, oh, geez, does she know somebody or what? But I gotta tell you, midway through the movie, I was like, yeah, she's good. She is gonna make a good Aunt May. And so I'm glad that worked out. I mean, I was not disappointed in any of the characters. They did a pretty good job fleshing them out, making them relatable. Dennis Leary, I'm not a huge Dennis Leary fan just because the guy's got a mouth like a gutter, but as with most of those individuals, you know, Eddie Murphy and guys that tend to have foul mouths, when they're put on a leash and they can't use any of that, they tend to be way better. And that's just not from, I think, my point of view, someone who's, you know, I don't need to go to a movie and hear, you know, F-bombs every 15 seconds to think it was a good movie. Totally lost my train of thought looking at that house on the right. It's a nice house. Anyways, yeah, Dennis Leary, he's on a leash, and he does a believable job as a dad and a police chief. A couple of really good scenes with him and his daughter. So, yeah, recommend that you get out. You got kids, they'll enjoy it. What can I think of? I can't think of, whoa, doggy, hey dog, hey, go home. Dumb dog. I love it when my back end slides past me. Now I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, things in the movies that you might want to be, you know, if you got kids. There is one scene, takes place in the subway, and you'll have a woman who's shirtless, wearing like a stylized bra, not spilling out or anything like that, but just so you're aware. And I think a couple mild words language-wise. Flash is in this one and did a great job. One of those guys that you just love to hate, and you'll see how that progresses as well as the movie goes on. But a couple scenes with Flash and Parker that were just like, wow, I'm reading my comic book again, because this is exactly how it played out in my head when I was a kid. So positive thumbs up, double thumbs up, and for my family, 5 very positive thumbs up. And like I said, if it's a comic book movie, you really have to go into it with your comic book glasses on, because you don't want to be that guy who's like, man, this is so fake. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you about is they're true to the comic book Spider-Man, which is when it comes to his web shooters, they're not organic, as in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. These ones are a mechanical setup which Peter Parker makes, and it's actually the whole webbing and whatnot is quite interesting too. The way way that comes about. So, you know, as believable as a comic book, you know, movie can be, it was good. Really good job. So, again, last two things, gotta watch my time. I've only got 15 minutes on YouTube right now, so, and here's the ends of Munns Road, and there's Millstream Lake. Two things to look for, of course. Stan Lee, every Marvel movie, he has his cameo, and he's got a really good one in this one. My favorite Stan Lee cameo of all time now. And I don't know how long we're going to have Stan Lee with us. He's definitely getting up there in age, but it was a great cameo. And as in all other Marvel movies, when the credits start rolling, don't get up and leave, and you're going to miss out at least one scene. We stayed for the first one. There might have been a second one I haven't heard, but we had to get going. It was 5 o'clock in the morning start, so I needed to get home. So there you go. Enjoy it. If you go see it, let me know what you think. Write your comment down below. And if you feel so inclined to be kept up to date with any latest videos that come out, there's a subscribe button right about there, up top. Give it a click. It's free. It's not going to hurt you. And these people behind me are probably wondering, why is this guy pointing his hands? Anyways, ride safe, guys. Have fun. And we'll talk to you later.